Good evening and welcome to Product Highlight. I'm Nancy Dodge from YB Stamp. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this evening I'm just going to show you a couple different ways to use the Scenic Adventures bundle. This bundle went live on the 6th of May, and it is one of the new online exclusives, so it's not found in the catalog. So therefore, it might be a little difficult to find. Just remember Scenic Adventure, and I will put the link in the comments at the end, just so that you have the order numbers and such if you want it. And one of the reasons that I got this is because I thought it would be a very good set to use with the May Paper Pumpkin. So next Sunday is our Paper Pumpkin night, so I'm sure I will be using parts of this one to accentuate and make different cards, scrapbook pages, or whatever with the Paper Pumpkin kit. All right, let's get going. So here are the bundle pieces. So here are the stamps, some trees, clouds, water, flowers. Can't wait to see you again. You're amazing. Let the begin, and that's a stamp that actually you can put over and put journey or adventure in the middle of that. Just breathe and take it slow, and cheers to another. So there's a lot of different things that you can use this for. And then the dies, I have a picture of them, but I'll show them to you. So these are all the dies. So we've got some mountain cutouts, tree, water, grass, flowers, stars and a moon, tree, a little campfire, and some more trees. All right, now I've done a lot of cutting so that you didn't have to watch me cut, because that's really not fun at all. So I'm going to stick those aside. I'm going to show you the first card that I made, this one. So I don't know if you can tell, but see the little, I put gold foil underneath there so that it would sparkle. I know you can see the moon, but if you look at it in just the right light, you can see all the little stars from the die cut. Then I just put in, it's fun. It's like a puzzle. I cut a whole bunch of pieces, and then I decided how I was going to put what, where, etc. And then, and I just did that on the inside. But it was fun to play with. And then the next one that I did, it's all sticking here, I did some blending brushes for the top and bottom. So what I ended up doing was, where did I put the paper here? So I took this paper, and of course it was just the white sheet, and I did this to keep the line so that I could get that keep that shoreline. So I did it a little darker blue, and then I used that stamp, water stamp. I stamped it off first so that I had different degree of light and dark. And the same with the little clouds up here. I don't know if you can see them. They're just very faint, very faint. And I used it for my little island. Not cute? All right, let's start putting some together. The first one I want to do is similar to the one online that they have, but I'm going to do it a little different. So I stamped this with Versamark and then did heat emboss with the black ink, and I'm going to color this like they did on the online exclusive page. So I'm going to start with my yellow and just do a little, lighter at the bottom, darker at the top. Or you could do darker at the bottom. I don't know, whichever you prefer. Depends on how you're looking at the sunset, I think. But I want to do it kind of dark because it's night. And then I'm going to switch to, this is Daffodil Delight. I'm going to switch to Calypso Coral for my next layer. So I think it's all preference on how you want to do it. For those of you that aren't familiar with these blending brushes, these are really soft, really soft. And you just tap it a little, kind of get the bulk of the ink off, and then blend it right on. Like so. And then I'm going to add Blueberry Bushel. And these blending brushes are real easy to wash out. Some people wash them, some people don't. I have enough where I have the main colors that I use. But it's real easy to rinse them out. And they come in 2 different sizes. These are the small ones. So there's the size difference. Alright, now I have Blueberry Bushel. And I want to do that at the top. It is dark, but that's how I wanted it. I wanted to add so that it would pop. Alright. How's that? I'll put those aside. And then what I did, thankfully I don't have too much ink on me. I'll move this. And I took a piece of the basic gray cardstock and I put it in this mini corrugated 3D embossing folder to get this effect, washboard effect. I wanted that on my card. And I have a piece of Balmy Blue because I wanted to pull the blue out of here, but not too dark. And then I also stamped Cheers to Another, and then I'll put something on the inside. I just haven't decided what yet. And I did that also with the black embossing. So I'm just going to put that together. And these dies, these banners were cut with the Stylish Shapes dies. These. I love this because there's circles, squares, and then a couple different size banners. So that's one of my favorites. Alright, I'm going to put this together. And I'm going to hopefully put this on and it's not going to pull it up too much. Sometimes the Stampin' Seal will pull up the paper because it's corrugated. So just go a little slow. Don't press too hard. Okay. And then I'm going to add these with dimensionals, and I'm going to use the black ones. I had them right here. I can find the little ones, so we'll use the little ones just because that's what I have right here. But I'm using the black ones because I have the black banner on the dark background. Hey Michelle, thank you. Glad you could join me. It's kind of a weird night. I know Sunday nights I think everybody's winding down or winding up for the coming week. So it's not always easy, and then with the nice weather here, everybody's doing something different. So I'll take these off so you can see they're black. But it was a beautiful day today. I didn't expect it. They kept telling us we're going to have this big storm. And I know the Midwest had some terrible weather, and we kept thinking we were going to get it, but we didn't. So I'm thankful. So I'm just going to put that like that. My nails aren't cooperating. Okay. Center this like so. And then I have some embellishments. I couldn't decide what to do. I have a couple different ones pulled. I thought maybe these little twinkle lights would look good. I think that's what I'll use. These are iridescent faceted gems. As you can see, I have a hitchhiker here. Alright, just because these look like little stars that I can put up in the sky. There. Alright, so there's our next card. Just pops. And then we're going to do, this is like a puzzle. So I cut a whole bunch of pieces. I haven't 100% decided what's going where yet, but I think, so I start with like 2 or 3 inches. I wanted the sky to be the background. And then I have a mountain. I asked my brother about the storm going to New Hampshire. He said it would get to him. Well, you know, my daughter up in Manchester, she got it, but we didn't. So it's, I don't know. And then I couldn't decide if I wanted this little white cap or not to make it look like there's another mountain in the background. I thought it was kind of cool. And then I've got some trees. And I've got some grass. Now I could put it up here. I know, too many decisions, right? But I think I'll put it flush down. And then I have some trees. So I'm just going to start gluing these down. I'm going to do this one first because it's in a weird spot. So it's got little cutouts there. So be careful when you glue the back. You don't want to get it to come up through your pieces. All right. So I think I had this at an angle. Right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pull out my silicone mat. So this is the multi-purpose glue. I'm just have it in a different bottle. And I have this cute little holder that my son-in-law and his business partner made me. I have these on my website if anybody would like to purchase them. So, whoops, that's not the one I wanted first. I wanted this one. Nope. Yeah, the mountain. And I suggest using the glue because then you can move it around. So as you can see, I'm trying to avoid the little holes. And this is really thin, so I can easily do that. All right. And I cut this small so that I could fit all the pieces in. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I use the glue, I pull out one of my blocks to hold it down while I'm gluing the next piece. Just an idea. Alright. And then I want this one. Trying to gauge it. Yeah, that's how I want it. So I think it's just going to be a little too long, but I'll cut it before I put the next piece on. So there's no detail in this one. So I just need to kind of give it a quick glue up. And I try to pay attention to the edges and the corners so that they don't pop up. Alright, I'm going to do this on my mat so that I don't get glue on my surface. I think that's about where I wanted it. See, you want it edge to edge, so it's a little narrower. I'll cut it down a little. Oops. Thought I had it the exact width, but I don't. But I'll just trim that a little bit. Like I said, this is like a puzzle. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. I'm getting glue on my... It's because I didn't cover it and put it in my cute little thing. There we go. Alright, I'm going to get my snips out and cut this bottom even with the balmy blue because I don't want it that long. But it was fun to cut out a whole bunch of pieces in all different colors and then slowly put it together. There. Okay, next piece. Here. Get the glue out. So this is a little trickier because the pieces, the little cuts are thin. So I'm going to just do the very edge because I don't want that glue to come up. See, can you see it coming up a little? Whoops. Just put a couple dots in there. All right. There we go. Put my block on it. Cover my glue before it goes everywhere. All right. And I think that needs trimming just a smidge. So keep your snips handy. All right, there's our building block. And then I've got some trees. Thought I had more little trees. I don't know where they went. They're hiding. I had two little trees to go with this. Oh well. I guess we won't have those little trees on. Okay. Now, I could stamp right on here or I could put a banner on, and I'm going to stamp right on it. Let's see, what shall I stamp? I think You're Amazing is too big. Yep, too big. So I did Let the Adventure Begin, so how about Let the Journey Begin? Here's the journey. All right. So I'm going to use a smaller block on this one and a bigger block on this one. going to, forgot to glue this down. So again, see those little, and the little holes. Sorry, meant to finish my sentence. The good thing about, I'm going to stamp right on that cardstock, and you know what? If I mess up, I can just put a banner over it. I just jinxed myself, didn't I? Okay. Block it while I close my glue. Okay. Let's see. So I have garden green ink, and I have some pecan pie I'm going to use. Alright. Now I'm going to do this let the begin first. So see how it leaves a hole? And then with the garden green, I'm going to do Journey. And it fits right in there. So to me, let the adventure or the journey begin. For some reason it missed the dot. So I'm going to, I could put a gem there for the top of the J, couldn't I? Okay, let's glue this to the front of the card. And for that, I'm using Stampin' Seal. Doesn't need to be neat. Nobody sees the back. Make sure I have it done the right way before I push. Okay. Now it's time to embellish. So I pulled these out because I thought that these would match. But now I don't know if I like them. I have these, but they're too sparkly. What else did I pull out? These. I don't like any of them. I need something, well, I guess this is my best choice. So I'm going to do this for the top of the J. My fingers have glue on them. And then I'm just going to put a couple up here. There. Okay. So we have, let me put all my inks aside so they're not blocking your view. And here are our cards. All with this set. Can you see them all? So, different effects using the same techniques. Yeah. So, hopefully this will go well with that paper pumpkin. Mine should be in the mail tomorrow. But we meet on Zoom. If anybody would like to join us, contact me and I will get you the link. It's a lot of fun. It's a great group of gals. Alrighty. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope I've inspired you. And until then, happy stamping.